How hard is it to maintain the momentum in the group games?
Well, it's hard. We're playing a lot of games in a short period of time. We stay together. We keep fighting every game, and we try to win every game. And we ended up first. You know, we had good coaching players. We all stayed together at every moment. We first.
You play Rayan tonight. They've lost 10 from 10. How hard is it to stay motivated to play a team at the bottom of the table?
Well, you still have to respect every team you're playing, and we respect them. But we're looking forward to tonight's game. They've been playing pretty good past 2 or 3 games, but still we believe we can beat them tonight for sure.
Nadim, thank you for your time. You came first in the league. How hard is it to maintain the momentum in the group games?
Well, it's hard. We're playing a lot of games in a short period of time. We stay together. We keep fighting every game, and we try to win every game. And we ended up first. You know, we had good coaching players. We all stayed together at every moment. We first.
You play Rayan tonight. They've lost 10 from 10. How hard is it to stay motivated to play a team at the bottom of the table?
Well, you still have to respect every team you're playing, and we respect them. But we're looking forward to tonight's game. They've been playing pretty good past 2 or 3 games, but still we believe we can beat them tonight for sure.
Thank you for your time. A very close match last week. What went wrong?
You know, when we're playing top teams like that, you know, it comes down to the small details. And, you know, they just made plays down the stretch. They have a little bit more experienced team, and we're a very young team. So, you know, those things hurt us.
It was a sterling effort in the end. What kind of match are we expecting tonight against Gharafah?
They're a very good team. I think top of the league. You know, we're just going to try to eliminate their main guys and, you know, try to pull out a W.
You've lost 10 from 10. How hard is it to stay motivated?
It's tough, you know, losing 10 games. You know, we just got to try to figure it out. We're a very young team. I think Rayan is rebuilding this season. You know, they lost a few local players that played for the national team last year. So, you know, we just want to try to pull out a win, and, you know, that's what we focus on from game to game.
To cause an upset tonight, what would it take?
Like I said, we want to limit their main players, you know, take care of the ball.
Feel free to send them to us on our live stream channel. About to commence the Gharafah Rayan match. We welcome you wherever you may be. Tassos, what a match we are expecting tonight.
Exciting match because Rayan is coming back. They haven't won so far, so the record is 0, but doesn't mean anything. They played the last 2 games, excellent basketball. They pushed too much on Saad, they pushed too much on Wakra. And today, Gharafah, who needs the victory without Mohamed Yusuf, Papis, their best big guy, it's going to be a big challenge for both teams.
It certainly is going to be a big challenge. Rayan coming off a loss from last week, but only just a loss against Al-Wakra, a very big match, 85-80 the score was in the end. They were almost caused an upset. What can they do tonight to cause an upset?
We will see how they will play. First of all, they have changed a little bit their style. They play now with only 5 players. They don't use their bench, which means that they found the rhythm. The problem for them is to be how they will exploit the absence of Mohamed Yusuf. If they can put the ball inside, yes, then they have a good chance to give a hard time to this Gharafah team.
So after 1 minute play of the Gharafah Rayan match coming to you live from the Gharafah Sports Club, the score remains at 0-0. And there's Rayan with the first points on the board to their number 12, Mehio Haratic. You know, you corrected me how to say Mehio.
Miho
Haratic. But in Arabic, it's Mehio.
Okay.
Mehio Din.
Mehio.
Okay.
The most important in this situation, Sam, is the player to turn when you call his name. So if you call Mejo, he will turn. Great defense from Mejo. Very important to note about Gharafah. Their captain, the best player, Abdurrahman Saad, is coming for a very scary moment when he dunked the ball. He started practice 2 days ago. He's ready to go. Let's see how he's going to fit.
If he can fire up or if he can keep it down. All right, so we've got the lineup for Rayan: Musa Abdul Halim, Omar Al Khanji, Mehyo Haratic, Tavarion Nix, and Hani Arif. For the Gharafah team, we've got Tyler Harris, Franklin Session, Abdurrahman Saad, Nadeem Muslik, and Muhammad. I've been told it's Weary. Weary, not Uri. It's Weary as in French, as you would say.
Oui.
Yeah.
Weary.
So we in French is O-U-I.
Correct.
Okay. So he says, my name is Weary.
Okay.
I said, no problem. I'll get it
Weary.
right for you this time.
Yeah.
Muhammad, to you and your family, we welcome you to the broadcast as we come to you live from the Gharafah Sports Stadium. 5-2. And Rayan have a surprising lead early in the first quarter as Session tries to narrow that lead unsuccessfully. The number 17, Nix, who we interviewed earlier with the game, he told me, he said to me, Rayan is a growing club. We are a bunch of youngsters. It's very frustrating to come up with 10 losses, but we keep going. Saad flies high unsuccessfully, but not to the height that he would normally fly. Is he suffering from an injury?
Correct. He's still not 100%, but you see the resilience of Abdurrahman Saad. He came back. Of somebody else, maybe will not.
And there's another 2 points from one of my favorite players. You know, I liked him. I liked him from when they played the World Masters over here.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching him. He's a fighter. He doesn't give up. And he's excellent in both 3-on-3 and 5-on-5. Look at him take off. It's like Superman. Or shall we say Batman in those colours, eh? So we've got a Batman now. We've got Superman and a Batman.
He is the definition of on fire. He is scoring 35.8 points in the last 3 encounters. This is huge. And he's coming as a very good, productive player, the leader in scoring for Rayan.
Mehya. Next. 9-4. The lead extends. Rayan, they have the upper hand at this stage in the first quarter as Saad tries to narrow that, and he does so with ease. First 3 pointers for Saad. 11 plays 7. 5:52 left on the clock. Next away with the ball. Goes without it, comes back, picks it up. He finds Arif back to Musa. Musa, very talented. I really like him. It's been nicked by Session. Session now straight to Muslik. Muslik tries to push his way under the rim, and he does so with ease. Using the glass there. How effective.
Extremely difficult. He went on the body of Tavarion Nix, who's a very good athlete, and he tried to take the foul also. This is the defense of Gharafah. 8 seconds. Very good double team for Saad and Ouiri. They double team Omar Al Khanji. 8 seconds violation. Ball goes back to Gharafah.
So Gharafah trail by 2 points with 5:16 left on the clock. Saad, he shakes to go. Things it back to Muslik. Muslik, with all the time in the world and unmarked, makes it 12-11.
8-0 run for Gharafah in just 1 minute. This shows how effective they are when they can pressure on their defense. Arif
loses the ball to the number 1, Harris Tyler. And Harris Tyler slam dunks down the other end. A very costly mistake.
You want a nice, not story, stat. His first 2 points after 2 games. He hasn't scored in the previous
This
encounter.
is Tyler?
For Tyler Harris, yes.
We covered Tyler 2 weeks ago, I think, didn't we here? 14 plays at 13. Gharafah have taken the lead. Muslik knocked away. A power slam. Not on my shift, he says. That's Mehyo. Puts up the big right hand.
This is what they expect from Miho Haracic. He is a 2'12", big guy. He needs to start defending. His offense was always there. He's 22 years old only. Let's not forget this. Big guys are always late bloomers. Defense, when he will put this defense in the equation, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Arif loses the ball, picked up by Mehyo. Mehyo with an overhead overpass. 15-14, they regain the lead. Saad. Weary to Session. A back pass to Tyler Harris. Unsuccessful. And brought away by Omar Al-Kanji. And he takes a three-pointer. 18-14. Saad. Looking for a break. Finds Session from downtown. No, he decides to go into the city. And it's there. No points.
No basket, yes.
And no basket for what reason?
So far, Frank Session hasn't had any touches for Gharafah, which is a little bit, not strange, but this is the game plan of Coach Kusai, which he makes an extremely bold move, entering a young guy, age only 15, in the place of Weary. 30 seconds on the paint. This is Amro, if I remember correct his name. Amro, yes. If I remember correct his name, give me 1 second, I will have it.
So 18-14. Session away with a loose ball to Saad. Nobody home, and he slams dunk that one with no difficulty whatsoever.
Amro Reda El Gohari. So Amro, we know him. He's
Amro, the number 22, is on for the Gharafah team, a youngster. What's his story? Kanji to Mehyo.
Nice pick and roll.
Mehyo, second time off the glass.
This is what we said. How Rayan gonna go? They go inside to Mijo, and Mijo is tormenting Harris and the other not big guys of Gharafah. Great game from Mijo Haracic so far.
Saad to Tyler. Tyler across. Overpass to Nadeem, and Nadeem to the youngster Amro. Back to Nadeem, and Nadeem to Tyler. Standing in the key here. 20 plays 18. 2 minutes left on the clock in the first quarter. It is exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna. I told you. So if the game's 8 seconds again, this is unacceptable for a good team, for a team. Second time in the first quarter, in the 8 minutes, you had 8-second violation. Cannot happen. Cannot happen.
Very costly when you're playing a team like Gharafah. And there's Tyler. He's pushed away. Second time as well. First time Nick, second time Mehyo. He's been pushed away. And now Musa looking to add some points unsuccessfully. Saad to Session. Session dances. Pass back to Tyler. Unsuccessful. Session with the rebound. Not quite there. Mehyo, defense and attack. He is everywhere. Now Knicks.
Extremely smart foul from Abdurrahman Saad. He makes sure that will be no basket for his team. The foul, not a shooting foul. Who's gonna sub? Now, Harris.
So Weary back on.
Harris, they tried to give him the ball. They tried to get him involved. He got lost again. With Shamal and with Wakra, he was a non-factor. He started great this season. So that's why Coach decided to put him on the bench now to see how he can do.
Kanji falls short. Session comes away with it for Gharafah. He finds Saad from downtown, unsuccessful. Musa comes away with it for the Rayan team. Musa looking at Mehyo. Mehyo slowly making his way into the key area. Nix has been found. He dribbles and sends it back to Musa for a three-pointer. Ya salam, ya salam, ya salam.
He's on fire.
He is on fire. 34 points last week, you mentioned.
Yeah.
A sterling performance from him. Almost won the match for his team. 5 points short they were.
And this was the second shot only from Frank Session in 9 minutes and 30 seconds, which says something. Okay, they play against the zone defense. He's not a good shooter. And Nadim is.
And a great dummy by Nadim. And picks up 3 points at 23 plays 21. I hope the match is exciting as much as this as it is in the final quarter. Oh, Mejia.
Mijo is back on the under 17 teams. He's playing with his sons, let's say.
25-21. Session. 25-24. And that's the end of the first quarter. Al Rayan, they lead by 1 point. 25-24. I must say, it's very exciting. But I do say, Coach Kusai has got something up his sleeve.
Coach Kusai in the first quarter, what he did, he tried to put in line players like Uiri and Harris that were not helping on defense. And this is the result. 25 points against Gharafah, who has the best defense in Doha. It's a huge number. Even for Rayan, who know that we know very well that they start the game the best way. If the games were decided by the first quarter, I think Rayan will be the champion. But the games are 4 quarters long. So that's what Coach Kusai does now. He subbed Uiri, he subbed Harris. He wants them to be present on defense. Rayan is playing great. They put the ball inside to Mijo very easily. This is problem of Gharafah defense. And Musa is being Musa with his 35.8 points in the last 3 games.
Musa, of course, one of my favorite players to watch. Almost snatched victory last week. It was his 34 points. But he cannot do it on his own, or can he?
No, he cannot. No way. Because this is a strong league. There are leagues all over the world that you can do it. Here, no, you cannot do. Because there will be a point where, for example, he has scored 10 points. Already, Nadim has 10 points. No. And with the session even not touching the ball, has scored 1-3. He's 1 out of 5, and he's not a factor so far.
But Session, I'm looking at Session, is out of hand in just about every point.
He has touches, yes, but he decided to have a different approach tonight. Share the ball, because Rayan will play 40 minutes zone defense. Zone defense doesn't give to Session what he likes, the easy path to the basket. So he needs to shoot. He knows that he's not the best shooter, so he tries to get his teammates involved. 7 points from Abdurrahman Saad, 10 from Edin Mushlitz. Gharafah has done a good job on offense. The problem is defense. For Rayan, it's an excellent quarter. I cannot blame them even for the defense, because this is how they play. They want to win through their offense.
Nix did tell me earlier on that they will be concentrating on defense and holding the ball. And that's exactly what they've been doing in the first quarter.
They slow the pace. That's why they had also the 2 8-second violation. Yeah. This is a team that doesn't want to run because they have all in 5 players they want to use. They don't want to run. They just want to go this 5-on-5 paced game, hoping that Gharafah will not put a lot of pressure. So far, Gharafah put some pressure, but it was sparing. Let's see if Gharafah will add more pressure on the guard of Rayan.
So the second quarter on the way. Hani with the ball. Immediately, that's been knocked down by Weary. And Muslik on the burst off the glass. A nice piece of play from Saad. See him flying.
What the coaches love. Nobody dribbled the ball from Weary to Saad, from Saad to Nadim layup without nobody dribbling. Only passing.
Passing. They'll make good rugby players. As next.
But the passing from.
And next from downtown. 27. I thought he was outside.
No.
27-26. This is the second quarter of the men's basketball league coming to you live from the Gharafah Stadium. We welcome you wherever you may be. Nice to have your company one more time. Muslik to Saad. Saad to Session on the other side, out on the flanks and deep is the number 22, Amro. Great 3 points. It doesn't get better than that.
Gharafah and Al Saad, this is the 2 teams that know how to grow players. And Coach Kusai is an expert on this. You see Amro. He just come inside, first real minutes. Okay, he played some in the end of games, but this is his first real minutes. He took a 3. Immediately he made it. Because this is how you play.
Kanji not having a good day with the rim. A couple of times has come up short.
But he has done very good job on not allowing turnovers to his team. He has scored also the ball. All the pressure is on him because he's the only point guard from Rayan, and Gharafah is concentrating on him. So limited turnovers means a lot for Rayan from Omar Al-Khanji.
So Kaji extends the lead.
Extremely good season also for him. We need to add, he was out for 2 years. Extremely good season for him. He's coming back season.
So the best point scorers from the first quarter. Nadim Muslik 10. Saud Badr
13 make them.
Make them 13. Musa 10. And Mehyo 10.
Yes. 3 points from Nadim was the 13th point for him.
So 29 plays at 32. Rayan, they trail by 3 points. Assad.
We have an injury from Tavario next. This doesn't look good. Hopefully he's just
Nix is hobbling off.
Tavario Nix, after his 2-point effort.
Fixing his shoelace at the moment.
He tries to, let's see. Maybe the shoes.
The laces came loose.
Looks better now, no. It was not so scary.
He's hobbling, still hobbling.
No, it was... No, it's going to be maybe something with the shoe. He tries to check. Hopefully he's okay.
Musa comes away with the ball. Musa to Arif. Arif to Nix. Nix with a jump shot. Mehyo. Mehyo with a reverse shot. Unsuccessful. Musa comes up with it and knocked down again. Another great defense by the Gharafah club. Session finds the young Amro. Amro to Sad. Sad outside the boundary. Works it up through Weary. Weary to Session. Session to Amro. Not there this time for the young fella. Session tries to take it up himself. Unsuccessful first time round. Second time round also unsuccessful.
And technical foul because he complained over the limits to one of the referees, to Bender. So you know that you see that Rayan playing against the small ball of Gharafah. So taller player, Nadim Musil is 196, and you see how hard they defend. This is the game they like to play. They miss some shot in the inside with the session.
34 plays at 29. Gharafah lead by 4 points. Make that 34 plays 30. 7:24 left on the clock. Coming to you live from the Gharafah Sports Club. This is the Men's Open League. With you in the house, of course, is Samuel Rico and Anastasios Mogalas.
Megalos, I like it, but it's Magulas. Because Megalos is big as well.
Megalos is
but
big.
I like it also.
And you are big. And you are big. You are big. You're the biggest thing in basketball here. As the ball comes up to Muslik. Muslik can't handle it. Back to Nix. Nix, a long pass to Mehyo. Wasn't marked, but the young Amro got in there.
What was remarkable, Sam, was the defense by Amro. He's 191, 15 years old. He went over to Mijo to just disturb him a little bit. Very good defense from the youngster. That's why he's still inside the court. He's not in sub.
He's doing everything right for his coach so far. As Mehyo lines it up for the bonus points. 34. Plays at 31.
34-31, correct.
Second shot unsuccessful. Session has been well tamed by the Rayan team. Saad from downtown, not successful. Session couldn't offer any support as he loses the ball in flight.
And still, Amro stays inside. Nadim will take the rest. Well-deserved rest for Nadim. He did everything on offense and on defense.
The coach must be very happy with the youngster, Amro.
Coaches are always happy, good coaches, especially with young kids, because they will do exactly as you tell them. They don't like the improvisation. Spontaneous things, not the stuff. This is, on the statistics, it is inside.
He misses from downtown. Musa comes away with the ball. Musa finds Arif. Arif works his way under the rim. A reverse layup, unsuccessful. Finds it its way back to Arif's hands, back to Musa. Musa given directions like a cop in the middle of a highway to his players. Back to Arif on the far flank. Arif away as Tyler makes.
Gharafah doesn't want this basketball from Weary to shooting in the first pass. That's why Coach Kusai is complaining on him.
Musa. Musa goes himself from downtown. It's there. 34 plays at 34. 5:40 left on the clock. Amro. Weary. Session. Back to Amro. Back to Weary. Back to Session. To Amro. Too long in the hands of Arif. Arif comes away with it. He finds it next. Next works his way under the rim and stumbles, loses the ball, picked up by Saad.
Smart foul from Alhanji, only the first foul in this quarter for Rayan. Rayan with his zone defense also, they protect themselves from foul. They have only 2 fouls in 15 minutes because they are, you see, they're giving a lot of shots to Gharafah. They try to play on the weakness of Gharafah, which is the 3-point shooting.
Session, Tyler, and it up. To thank our wonderful partners and Donald's, Qatar newspaper,
of course,
the secretary, allowing us to make our house their home.
Correct.
Or their home, our house.
What is the difference between home and house? I never got it. So, can you help?
Yeah, your home, my home.
It's a but this is a house.
When I say a house, it's a house. It's like any house on the street.
Okay, got it. You see, even we can help you a little bit with linguistics.
Yeah.
So both of them 3 out of 16. Of 15, sorry. This is very low for the 2 imports of imports and the total play of the team.
Nick's knocked out of his hand by
Harris.
Tyler. Harris. Amro. Almost
veteran play for the kid. He didn't lose the ball.
Session pulled back.
And he got everything on this possession and sportsmanlike foul from Nix, which means 2 free throws. It's very clear. Tavario Nix understands. He got the player without going for the ball. 2 free throws for Session, and the possession will stay for
the Qatar Basketball National League for the men's at 4:34 left on the clock.
About the referees today.
And they probably got the hardest job in the house.
Yeah, you don't want their job. This is a job that you don't want.
It's a terrible job. But, you know, you have to be something extraordinary to be a referee. Arif, the rim when he gets the ball, Musa.
He does a very good job with him. He knows that he's strong to finish.
And Tyler with a nice pop left on the clock. Kanji to Nix. Next to Arif. Arif to Musa. Shots I've seen. Unfortunate for them. Back to Session. To Weary, Tyler, Session with a flick pass from Tyler Harris. What a very nice.
Tyler Harris just starting to walk up. I think he came back after his substitution. He's a little like the player that we saw in the first 6 games of the season with Gharafah.
Hani to Nix from downtown makes it look so simple. 40 plays at 39. 2:47 left on the clock before halftime. Amro.
Oh, this was not very experienced play. This was.
But it was worth a shot. It was unmarked. It was worth a shot. There was nobody there.
It shouldn't be the
Next
first.
Next to Arif. Hani Arif to Mehyo. Did well to grab that. And to also grab an opportunity to add 2 more points.
Yes. Now Amro will go to the bench after 10 minutes of play.
So Amro to be replaced by Muslik.
In the last 5 minutes, Rayan doesn't have a lot of opportunities to pass the ball inside due to the better defense from Tyler Harris or the better pressure on the guards. But Mejo is always there, tries to change positions, tries to find his shot. He has, for me so far, his best game of the year.
Mehyo is all over the place. He is at my pick so far. Him closely followed by Musa. Musa is a solid contender week after week. I love his play. Session. Back to start to Muslik. Muslik from outside hits the rim in the hands of Kanji. Kanji to Nix. Intercepted by Muslik. Muslik to Session. Session to Tyler. Nice pop-up. Intercepted by Nix. Now Musa finds himself charging his way through. And did he charge his way through?
Anyhow, it's going to be it's a defensive foul, as the referee is noted. 2 free throws because Gharafah is over the limit. So 2 free throws for him. Easy points.
So Rayan leading 41-40. Musa with an opportunity to add 2 more points.
Another extremely solid first half for Rayan. They did the same with Wakra, with Al-Sad. They score over 40 points. They will try to be also like the previous games on top of on these 2 games. Let's see.
1:56 left on the clock. First one unsuccessful by Musa. Second one is there on the clock. 43 plays at 40. Sad. Session. To the flank for Weary. Weary, he finds Harris. Harris goes himself. Too strong. Bounces away. Musa comes up with it.
They don't pass the ball a lot against the zone defense. This is the problem for Gharafah.
Musa from unsuccessful. The long range shot. Assad works his way in. Musa probably played at his hand. Is very lucky
He did
to
everything
get away
he could.
with
He
it.
cannot stop a locomotive.
Yeah.
No way to stop Abdurrahman Sad on a fast break.
He is a monster of a train coming at you. Kanji to Arif. Arif looking for a break from one of his players. He can't get it. They've lost the ball. Session, nobody home. He'll take all his time in the world and slams dunk that one. 44 plays at 43. 48 seconds left on the clock. Arif to Musa. This was a more deliberate pass, straight in his chest. Musa, 36 left on the clock. Musa pushed away by Tyler. Great play by Musa.
A little bit out of control, I think, but it was correct. Yes, when he saw Harris closing him, he go to him. He took the foul. Very smart.
You have to be experienced and smart to pull off a foul like that. 44 plays at 44. 31 seconds left on the clock. This is for Rayan to take the lead by 1, and they do so. 45 plays at 44. 31 seconds left on the clock. The second quarter of the Qatar Men's Basketball League. Tyler, to redeem himself, slapped away by Nix. Nix is having a magnificent defensive game. Arif brings it back. Dribbles. Finds Musa. Musa's been slapped as well. He needed it earlier. It was too late. By the time Musa got it, the defense were all over him. And the halftime sounds. Rayan, they lead by 1 point. 45 plays at 44. How do you see the match so far, Tassos?
A deja vu. The same as we saw with Wakra and Al-Sad about Rayan. They scored all the points they could score because the defense of the other teams, I think, and it continues to, they underestimate them. Rayan is coming back as a serious team. They try to do everything correct. They hide their weaknesses in this zone. And in offense, they execute as fast as possible. Not as fast as, let's say, with the way they want to do. Musa, we're going to take the ball and shoot it immediately. Mich also. They don't try to dribble a lot, pass a lot. They want to use the strong points they have. Excellent first.
Earlier on, it was Mahio, great in defense. This was changed towards the last period in the second quarter by Nix. Nix has been fantastic, outstanding in defense.
He's a great help defender. We knew this when he came from Europe. He played in Ukraine last year. He's a great help defender, which means help. He's coming to assist his teammate when he has beaten up by a pump fake or a drive. We saw this with Tyler Harris, how he reacted. Great defense from him and great presence overall. Nothing this is also something that Rayan they tried to do. They had 10 turnovers, which is a big number, but they have cut the turnovers number in the last 5 minutes. That's why they returned. They were down by 5, and they took again the control of the game.
I've got, so we spoke about the Rayan players. Let's talk about the Gharafah team. Franklin Session, solid in what he's doing. Not having an outstanding match, but solid in what he's doing and what the coaches ask of him.
Yes, because when you have your point guard having 10 rebounds, 3 of them offensive, you are happy he's there. But the 3 out of 11 shots, it's not what you want from him. Because it was the first couple of shots was a lot of ill-advised shots. When he saw the zone, he tried to force for a 3-point. He's 1 out of 4. But he came back with his rebounding and his especially very good defense. Harris is also a question for Gharafah because he hasn't produced a lot. He gave the ball correct. Like the previous play, he got blocked. He's going slower than we used to see him when he came in Doha. In his first 6 games, he was unbelievable. His defense, his offense, his energy. Looks like he has lost a little bit of his energy. This is what Kusai is trying to wake him up.
Trying to revitalize that energy that he once had. It could be that he's suffering from an injury that hasn't been exposed yet.
No. It has to. I mean, if there is an injury that we should know about this, we will know about this because it goes. You know, sometimes it can happen because our league. We need to explain to our viewers, our league is extremely demanding with the schedule having 2 games per week. It's like, say, 2.5 games per week. It's extremely demanding. You need to have the way to the experience, how you recover, to put your body in a position to play again after 2. They are coming from a break, Gharafah, which gave them a chance to recover a little bit. They don't have Mohamed Youssef, which is a huge absence. So they need to see Tyler Harris producing in the second half. And most of all, the defense on the perimeter, they need to attack more on the Rayan guards, as Al-Sad or Wakra did when they fell down to Rayan, who is, again, they play to their capabilities right now.
So the strategy by playing Muhammad Weary and the number 22, Amro. What is behind that from Coach Kusai?
He tries to apply more pressure with players that they are not afraid. Weary is a very experienced player. He knows the league. He's 15 years in Doha. He knows how to defend. He knows how to attack. And with Amr, he did something extremely smart. He gained time for his other players. He subbed Nedim. Nedim played 16 minutes, so 4 minutes of rest. He subbed Weary. He didn't go over the top with his other players. He gained time. Rayan didn't make a big run to go up by 10 or 15 points. So he is where Kusai is exactly what he doesn't like, of course, what he sees from his defense. 45 points from Rayan to Gharafah, it's a huge, huge problem for the defense. But concerning, let's say, the load management with Mohamed Youssef out, yes, he's happy.
Okay. So this is round 11, game 41 of 90. A fantastic match so far between Rayan and Gharafah. The halftime score, 45-44, a good indication of how the game is being played and the quality and the level of all the players. Let's talk a little bit about Al-Shamal, the next match that will be played after us. Al-Shamal posted a big win last week against Qatar Sports Club. Big, not in so much in the score, a big win because they had some of the top players out.
It was, how can we say it politely? It was the huge event of the league so far. They won. Even Qatar is not having their best year, but they won without Aragji, Faris, and Omer. They lost 3 players, 3 starters, and they came up to win with Fadi, we know that he has a big legacy in Doha, but he hasn't played for the last 2.5 years, 5-on-5, I mean, in the team. And Sultan Muftah, who has played for the first time even after 2-3 years.
You mentioned Fadi, Abel Mona. He was rushed into the side. He top scored with 30 points, helped his team to a massive win under the circumstances. Is Fadi's callback a smart move or a desperate one?
It was an extremely smart move, Sam. They took a player that they know and he knows them. A smart player that he will know exactly how Qatar will play. You don't want to show him a lot of things. He understands basketball. He knows what Samal wants to do. And with 5 players, beat the Qatar club, which is, for me, the biggest upset of the season. No questions about this. It's the biggest upset. You cannot simply win without bringing Fadi out of retirement 1 or 2 days prior to the game and having to insert Sultan Al-Muftah, who is part-time referee, part-time player, and still beat a team. We had Todic, Baden, Aziz. Cannot happen, man. Really, I was watching the game. I cannot believe how this thing happened. But even with Qatar looking, we know they don't look good this year. They have a huge problem with their defense. But still, taking 30 points from Fadi, who is, for me, always hats off, and he knows this. But 30 points, it's a huge.
It's phenomenal.
And 82 points from a team that has lost three
of their top
starters. And of course, Arax, we know that means for them half of their points either scoring with all his assists.
Shamal faces Al-Wakra again immediately after this match. The most vital match of the round.
Correct.
For the teams and for the groups collectively. Please explain why.
Excellent point. It is like this. Let's say that the outcome of this game is let's say we expect that Gharafah maybe win, which is not the case right now. But let's take this hypothesis that Gharafah will win. It means that it's for Samal, win or go home. Or go fishing, or what they say. Because if they will lose to Wakra, they're falling to 6-4. Wakra goes 8-2. Gharafah will be 8-1. So for Samal, pretty much it is over.
Explain to everybody again, it's the top 2 that advance in each group.
Correct. But if Samal wins, then they are becoming heavy favorites because they have gone 2 times Wakra. And they can threaten even Gharafah. Or we may have, if Wakra will beat, let's say, Gharafah, we can have a 3-team three-way tie with teams have everybody beating each other for 2 times. It's a huge headache for this. And it's going to be, really, it's the game of the season for Samal and for Wakra.
Very good. I'm glad you said that because that brings us to this part, my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, I know. Come on.
Where you get to pick your winners. Group B, Rayan and Gharafah, the match we are playing now.
I think that at the end, Gharafah will take the game, but it's going to be, again, a very close game, a very close call for Rayan, and they play very good so far. But I think Gharafah at the end, even without Mohamed Youssef, they will find a way.
I truly think that Coach Kosayer is toying at the moment and is experimenting with some of his players come the third quarter because Gharafah are known for their third quarter explosiveness. They will pull away with this and make it beyond the reasonable doubt for the Rayan team. Al-Shamal and Al-Wakra. The grand final of all grand finals. Again, every time they play, we say this is the grand final.
It is because every game for them, it's a final. The way our league is going and the speed we have as a league, because for the reasons of the national teams, we need to finalize the season for the championship as early as possible. It is a final. And this game, it is a final. It's clear. If Samal will lose, they're out of the picture. So Wakra and Gharafah will go. Just we're going to wait the Wakra-Gharafah game to see which team going to go first, which team going to go second. So which team going to face Arabi, who's first in the other group, which team going to face Sad, who will be second in the other group.
Your team, your pick?
For?
Shamal Wakra? You're not going to sit on the fence again.
Yeah, no, okay. You're challenging now. Okay, I will go with Wakra.
I knew you were going to Wakra. I already had you down for Wakra. Okay. Group A, we've got Al-Ahli and Al-Arabi. They will play on Monday night.
On Monday night.
Sunday, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, yes. And then we'll have also another game on Monday. This is, since I know that Seydou and Doi will not play for Ahli, I will say Arabi will win.
Al-Arabi, we both
Even
go
though
for
there
Al-Arabi.
is not a huge importance in this game, it's only for teams to keep in shape, for Arabi preparing for the Final Four, and for Ahli preparing themselves for the cup, for the Qatar Cup that will follow the end of the league.
Al Gharafah will make their second appearance in 1 week, again against the Qatar Sports Club.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is what you were talking about, how demanding this league is and can be.
Correct, Sam. Correct.
So Gharafah, we know Qatar Sports Club gave a shake to Wakra, and they also gave a bit of a scare to Al Shamal. Can they give a scare to Gharafah?
Qatar Club should have won Shamal, no questions asked. They can. The talent is there for Qatar. No, we do not just. It's difficult even for them to explain what's going on because the talent is there. Even though we have the injuries of Diop, who's not playing, and Bobo, they're two power forward centers with Miro Todic. The starting lineup is there, one of the best of the league. For some reason, they haven't found the chemistry so far, and this is what hurts them. We cannot predict about Qatar. So far, the way we saw playing against Shamal, we're going to say yes, they cannot win. But so far, yes, this Gharafah.
So I take it you're going for Gharafah. So we both go for Gharafah this match. We both are split on Shamal Wakra, as always. We both agree that Al Arabi will overcome Al Ahli, and Al Gharafah will be too strong for the Qatar Sports Club.
For the other group, Sam, as we said, now it's the tricky part, both for Arabi and for Al Sadd, because they need to recover a little bit. They gave everything. They have players that they're, let's say, not on their prime. But on the other hand, they cannot be too relaxed coming from the game that will define their season, which is the semi-final of the Final Four.
So the standings at the moment, as they are before this match is over, Al Arabi, because they've played more matches than anybody, are in first place. Gharafah, Wakra, Sadd. So from that, we've got Shamal. They've slipped from third to fifth.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Al Ahli.
Better to look separately as a group because it's a headache like this.
Okay, you go ahead.
You can see it by
Let's
group.
Look at, so we've got Arabi, Sadd, Ahli, Al Khor. So we've got Al Arabi and Al Sadd.
Already in the Final Four. Already in the Final Four. And no chance to change even the 1-2 position.
And we've got in Group B, and it's a tussle. 1, 2, 3. We've got Al Gharafah, Wakra, and Al Shamal.
And with Rayan all the time threatening these teams, you do not know what will happen. Even tonight, we cannot be sure that Gharafah is going to win Rayan. So maybe Rayan can be a factor, especially if they win tonight. Not they don't have chance to go to the next round. No, just to shape a little bit the standings.
So if Al Gharafah lose tonight,
yes,
can they slip to second or third?
Then they will win. Then it's a big headache for them because they have to play with Wakra and Shamal. It means that they have lost, let's say, the safety net.
The easy matches.
Correct. They have Al Khor, and then means they need to win on one of the two games. Yeah, especially they need to win the Wakra game because they lost to Wakra. And they need to recover from this, not to have a tie where they have lost 2 games to one team.
Very good analysis, as always, at the halftime break with Tasos Magoulas. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. It's nice to have your company. Remember, if you have any questions for the Trivia King or myself, please feel free to send them to our live stream channel at www.com/QatarBF. To ensure you don't miss any of our basketball news, views, and reviews, you can catch us on our social media platforms. We would love to have you and your company at each and every match. Tasos, this is the second half of the Qatar National Basketball League between Al Rayan and Al Gharafah. Nothing in between the scores at the moment. 45 plays 41. Al Rayan leading the top-seeded team. How do you see this third quarter to be played?
Because Rayan will continue to do their game. Coach Rassad has found the way he wants him to play to their capabilities so far. Still, they have no victories. The question is in Gharafah. How, if they will apply the pressure that they need to apply to the guards of Rayan, it means that... Now, the break is because Abdurrahman Saad surprised us. He came to play. We have this care and he comes to play.
So Abdurrahman communicated with us from the court.
Yeah,
big hands up.
Sure that he will be played. So the question is about Gharafah, how they will apply. if they will apply more pressure to try to steal some balls, to have some easy baskets, and they need to defend better Musa.
So the same starting lineup for both teams. Session tried to milk a penalty, unsuccessful. Tyler, he's been knocked down by Nix. Nix is starting off the way he finished the last quarter before the break.
Harris is going like 50% so far. I do not know. He doesn't go hard as he used to go. Let's see. Third foul for Sad. This can be an issue.
Hani to Musa. Musa to Hani Arif. To Musa Abdul Halim. One bounce, two bounces, out she goes. Session comes away with it. He's confronted by Kanji. Looks for the flank to Saad. Saad back to the middle to Session. Session to Tyler. Tyler finds Weary unmarked. Back to Saad. Hits the rim and into the hands of Mehyo. Mehyo to Kanji. Kanji. Arif. Arif Hani. Tries to find a neat pass underneath. Instead, he goes for the shot himself, and it's there. 47 plays at 44 and gets an applause from the bench. Session.
Nix is limping, which let's see if he has an injury or just by the moment.
That maybe that we saw earlier on in the second quarter. Muslik always looks dangerous when he gets the ball. Saad shakes the dummy to pass. Nix again.
And the basket counts. But the help was there for Tavario Nix.
Nix does look like he's in some serious trouble. He is hobbling. The agony on his face tells the story.
This is what we say about the pressure.
And he pulls away from Weary. Dribbles downtown. Looking for some support. Finds it in Mehyo. Mehyo with a no-look pass. Unsuccessful. Intercepted by Saad. Saad. To Muslik. Session. Back to Saad on the close side. To Muslik. Jump shot unsuccessful. Nix. Nobody there. He's waiting for his support. He had to look back to Kanji. Kanji to Musa. Musa tries to burrow his way through. Finds Mehyo. Inside the rim. Loses the ball. Sad comes up with it. A pass to Session. Session will go himself. Pops it up for Tyler, and it's there. 47-48. Al-Gharafah take a 1-point lead. Musa to Arif. Arif slips it to Musa. Musa back to Arif. Arif looking for support. A nice pass to Kanji. Kanji to Mehyo under the rim. They regain the lead, 49-48. A quick start sees Saad going for a two-pointer and a jump reverse. 49 plays at 50. Gharafah take the lead again. An intercept by Tyler. Tries to pick it up. He does so on his second attempt. Hands it over to Session, who pops it in with a nice right-hander layup. 52 plays at 49. Kanji.
Nice dribbling, nice option choice from Omar Al-Hanji. He didn't pass the ball because you have Tyler Harris going outside, which is extremely long. He's 2'5", long arms, very quick, and he's very effective, as we saw prior, how he stole the ball.
Arif. Nix turns and swivels under the rim.
And one.
2 points plus one.
Yes.
51 plays at 52. As Coach Kusea goes on the rampage.
It's the second foul for Gharafah.
Gharafah. And it's there. Thank you, ma'am. Session brings it out. The zone defense is really working for the Rayan club. Saad Tyler. Muslik. This is what I'm talking about, the defense, the zone defense.
Because
Forcing
they don't have any
Muslik to
patience.
shoot from way out.
But they don't have any patience to put the ball a little bit inside to Harris, see what's going on there, and then they try to shoot. They just shoot the ball. Because this is what the defense gives them.
Kanji, the shortest player on the field, but we spoke about this before with the biggest heart as he pops it over to Mahio, who sinks it in.
Great pass from Omar Alakhanji. Great play.
Muslik, Weary, Muslik, Session loses it to Kanji. It's a struggle. Back in the hands of Tyler. Tyler pops it up. Not the first time. Off the rebound, unsuccessful. Twice as Mahio comes away with it. He finds Musa. There's nobody home. He should do it with ease. And he does so. Nice set of play there. 56 plays at 54, 5:15 left on the clock. This is
7-0 run for Rayan.
the Men's Basketball League coming to you live from the Gharafah Sports Club. A layup from Saad, unsuccessful. Mahio with his height dictating defense, and a nice pass almost intercepted. Goes to Arif. Arif, a long pass to Musa. Musa dummies it, shakes, goes himself. It's there!
This is the game Rayan wants to do. They want to find the open source for Musa and not allow Gharafah any easy points. It's right now it will be 12-0 run. Doesn't get better than this. And
59 plays at 52. I think they still need a couple of more points just to get that buffer. They need a buffer zone. I still think Coach Kusaya's got something up his sleeve.
We'll see about this. He has, but there comes a point where what a coach can do. For example, Tyler Harris has missed so far 6 layups. What else? I mean, you can expect from he's your player that he used to make those shots, and he doesn't make it now. So it's a huge question about how he can, what you can do if you give the ball under the basket. So the system is good, your plan is okay, but your player just misses the layup.
The execution is just not there for Tyler, unfortunately.
He doesn't
go. Having a bad day at the office.
He has a very bad day on the office. It's the third very bad day on the office for him.
You're so tough on him.
It is because when he came in the first 6 games, he was really the X factor. The way he plays with Shamalen today, and because he's there, he does all the things correct. He just doesn't have the lift to finish. And bringing back Mohamed Youssef with an injury, you see his left hand is wrapped up. It says a lot that Rayan is doing so good job.
The Coach Kusaya must feel some form of pressure and stress as he injects into the team the captain, Mohamed Youssef. Saad, unsuccessful, and there's Mohamed Youssef. Impact immediately felt.
With one hand.
With one hand.
With one hand.
59 plays 52, 4:25 left on the clock. This is the second quarter of the Men's Basketball League. Live from the Gharafah Sports Club as Mahio tries to add some points unsuccessfully. Nix is there, and he hobbles away after those.
One leg.
He hobbles away after that. Those 2 points. 4:10 left on the clock. Nix with an opportunity to add 2 more points and extend his team's lead. 4:10 left on the clock.
54-61. The major problem for Gharafah is their defense. They cannot defend so far. The best defensive team in Doha, they cannot defend.
So if they can't defend, the coach has brought on a better offensive player in the form of their captain.
And he's also the best defender because he can defend. He's strong.
Just his presence is overwhelming.
Yeah, correct. Experience, presence.
Session now. This is the session that we're used to.
If Gharafah has patience, they will find a way. The zone defense of Rayan is extremely open.
61 plays 56. Hani to Musa. Musa stretches out. Manages to pick it up. Unsuccessful. From under the rim. Tyler to Saad. Mahio couldn't block it. Hanji. Across the court pass to Arif. Arif loses it. A crucial mistake. Very crucial. And he'll be punished here for that. 61 plays 58. They've just let Gharafah back into the match. Saad to Muslik. Muslik shakes from downtown, not there.
This is somewhat we said. Haris goes with Alhanji with 1 meter difference in height, and they even gave him the ball inside. They just prefer the easy three-pointer. This is the problem of Gharafah.
They are having problems with Tyler, and a travel called
Haris is doing very
by
good
the
job on
referee.
defense.
Pappas with a quick start.
So you will not jump on me. He does extremely good job on the defense, especially on the perimeter defense.
Tyler, what can he do this time? Can he do something to get Tassus off his back? Session looking for it from Saad. Saad decides to hold on to it. He tells him come right, and he does. Session with the jumps. Oh, nice play. Nice play. He indicated, come to my right. He saw him there. Without looking at him, a pass from Saad to Session, and in she goes. 61 plays 61. What a match we've got on our hands at Tassosa. Kenji, back to Nix. Nix makes sure of it. He knows now every shot counts. 63 plays at 61. 2 minutes left. And a nice pop up to Tyler, flying high. He's just unlucky.
He cannot make
It is unlucky.
He cannot make anything. It's unbelievable. Yes, now it's
out. You saw that.
He did everything correct. He just cannot.
He's just not having a lucky day.
It's extremely unlucky.
Off his back. Kenji. Next.
Traveling. Alhanji is he's playing with his heart and his mind. He contributes to every basket.
He's got to turn around. He's got to turn around. The ball is coming. Session to Saad. Muslik to Session. Session from downtown. Ooh. Oh!
4-point play.
With 3 more points?
It's a 4-point play. It's a 3-pointer plus the foul. He will have 1 free throw after the timeout from Coach Rasad. He wants to talk it over a little bit with his players.
So 64 plays at 63. Gharafah have taken the lead with 1:30 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter of the men's basketball final. Coming to you live from the Gharafah Sports Club. Tassus, a very vital call by the referee, and how vital is this decision?
It's a vital and extremely fair decision since the defender go to Session when he was shooting. When you're shooting the basketball, you need to be on the straight line, go up. No, it's a let's say it's an imaginary circle. No defender can enter this circle. Musa was late on his defense. He entered the circle. Was a clear foul. Correct decision from my perspective from the referee. And it's fouls that Coach Rasad doesn't want to see. So far, Rayan has done an unbelievable job not fouling. They have only 4 fouls in total in 28 minutes, protecting themselves very well. These fouls, it's like the coaches say, don't go to foul the shooter. Since he has liftoff, forget about it. He will make it or he will miss it. You cannot do anything. You can only give yourself
intentional by Musa?
Huh?
It was intentional by Musa, or he just couldn't pull out?
No, he saw, because he saw Sessions scoring before, in his mind, instantly he said, oh, I have to go for defense because he's shooting again. So he came the last moment. He was not there to defend. He didn't want to defend at the start. Going late, it's always a headache.
So the shot by Sessions unsuccessful, 64-63, 125 left on the clock in the third quarter. This has been a phenomenal match to date. It's Kanji looking for 3 points. It's there.
MVP by far. Because
66
you cannot judge only by the
64.
point.
Sessions looking for a rebound, for a reply. Comes up in the hands of Kanji. Kanji to Arif. Arif to Mahyo. Mahyo slips it to Nix. Nix has been tampered with by Session.
Foul according to the referee, so it's a foul.
A big round of applause and a very loud one from the coach, Eric Rashad.
Nice play from Mijo also, passing the ball. Unselfish play.
Unselfish, he could have gone himself.
He could go inside. He gave the ball to teammate in the better position, but there was Session doing a fantastic job. Okay, he sacrificed a little bit. It's his third foul, but he saved his team from a 2-point play or a 3-point play.
Nick's missing the first free
So
throw.
it's 1 point.
So 67 plays at 64, 48 seconds left on the clock. Session brings out the ball. He finds Sad. Sad back to Tyler. Tyler to the flank. When the Nadim is standing, back to Session, pushes his way through. A flick pass back to Papas. Papas finds the basket.
No way with one hand.
And he hangs his 3 fingers out.
And he doesn't have his left hand. I mean, some players are. There is a reason why they are legends. So you cannot say anything else.
Arif dribbling, looking for some support. Finds it in the form of Nex. It goes himself. Hits the rim. Bounces out. Musa for the recovery shot. And it's there right on the bell. 69 plays 67. They've gone into the lead in the third quarter by 2 points. Rayan over Al Gharafah. What are we expecting in the third quarter, in the final quarter?
As we said before, the question is only in Gharafah. Rayan, again, they executed perfectly. They did exactly what they could do. Even with Hanis not giving them points today, Al-Hanji stepped up with 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 8 points. Knicks is doing everything. Now Gharafah is the question. Their defense has allowed 69 points from Rayan. If they will not defend, they don't have a chance. Also against the zone, they cannot play, so let's say, shoot very easily. They don't share the ball, they don't try to find the hole or the weak spot of zone defense. They just moving the ball around and somebody will shoot the ball. This gives chance to the defense of Rayan to relax. Not relax, just to take time, take a breathe, and defend as best as they can. Rayan doesn't have also fouls, only 4 fouls in total. So they can defend even better. I do not know. I think Coach Rasad will not change this. He will continue with his own. So if Gharafah will put the ball inside and Haris will make some layups that he's missing, then they'll have the chance to win this game. If not, then maybe Rayan will
I like how you said if Harris.
Because he's missing,
Harris
find
some layups.
He's 4 out of 18. It's unbelievable.
It's bad statistics at the moment. But like I said, you saw the ball bounce out of the basket. It's just absolute
and
bad luck.
Other numbers, some are great. He has 8 rebounds. He has 4 assists. He has 3 steals, 1 block. Yeah. But the problem is that they're missing 11 2-pointers are all layups. Half of them inside, which is normal for them, like 10 points, it's a finished game. So this is what I'm saying. But we'll see.
So we go through the point scorers for the third quarter. The highest point scorer for Rayan and for the match itself is Musa Abdul Halim. He's followed by, he's on 20 points. Franklin Session on 19. 17 sits Abdurrahman Saad, and as Abdullah Mahyo's on 17. 16 Hani Arif, and 15 Nadim Muslik. Now I'm looking, the young fella Amro still does not have any points recorded on his.
There you will find in the official statistics that he has.
I want to make sure that his points are recorded for him. Abdul Halim.
They are recorded on the official stat sheet. And on the scoreboard, it's no problem because it's not the official statistics. It's a help for the fans, but it's not the official statistics. He's a young kid.
He went out there. He fought hard to get his points. I want to see his name with points next to it. 71 plays 67. Nadim for 3 shots. Unsuccessful. There's your Tyler. There's his rebound. Yeah, what do you say to that?
I will tell you that after the end of the game.
It's not the end of the game. 71 plays 79. Tyler with a 2-pointer. Musa with a windling pass to Mahyo. Mahyo, he took all the time in the world to get his 3 points from the far end. 73-69 session. Tyler now. Tyler bounces out again. And there's a battle for the ball. Tyler and Mahio. Mahio overcomes. Ganji. Ganji to Arif. Arif is a very... And Mahio has been knocked down.
And this is what, at least today, Haris is doing to the perfection. His defense on perimeter, he with, of course, Papi stole the ball. He grabbed the ball, and he has 2 free throws. Now, I know what happened with Haris. I have it.
Yes, tell me.
Against Wakra, when they came back, they had a 4-point deficit, and he had 2 free throws 40 seconds before the end of the game. He missed both. Maybe this is psychological a little bit. After this,
let's see.
He does very good job on the perimeter defense. Yes, he plays unbelievable. He steals balls. Now he took also the unsportsmanlike foul from Al-Hanji. He does very good job on this part. But they need his scoring also.
So
Gharafah is not defending so well.
1 from 2 free shots for Harris. 73 plays 70. Saad flicks pass back to Muslik. Muslik to Harris. Harris to Pappas. Pappas, it was never going to go anywhere except out from the minute it left his right hand.
He was looking for a very difficult pass to make, and with one hand.
Muslik tried his best to savor the pass. Couldn't do so. As Arif. Musa dribbles away. Saad confronting him face to face. And that comes up short in the hands of Tyler. Tyler to Session. Session is being pulled back. Referee says play on, and a pass to Musa. He saw Tyler coming. He waited until Tyler jumped, and Musa got his 2 points worth.
Another great defense from Omar Al-Hanji. Session started to force his way, but Al-Hanji no.
75-70, 7:33 left on the clock. Tyler finds Session. Decides against shooting himself. Pappas to Saad. Saad under the rim. It's there. And one.
Unbelievable play. He changed hands. He go with his left hand. Nix was confused there, correct, because he was expecting him to go to the right with the right hand. He changed hand up in there. And one.
Nix is
still.
He is injured. He is injured. But he is playing.
He gave his heart for this team.
He's playing.
Hats off to him.
He's playing as best he can. Just a numbers game, and we can see in the far corner, Omar consolidating the highest point scorer, Musa, as Arif comes away with the ball. 75 plays 73, 7:14 left on the clock. Rayan, they lead in the men's basketball final, men's basketball league. Arif with a three-pointer of his own, 78 plays 73. 7 minutes on the clock. All the Gharafah players need to shape up or ship out, one or the other.
They need to play defense because they're not playing defense.
Pappas. So they're relying on Tyler. Tyler's looking out. He's not feeling confident whatsoever. Session battles for the ball, comes up with it, finds Pappas for 3 points. It's there this time.
Come on.
78 plays 76. Arif, all his hard work gone to waste with Pappas' shot. Mahio to Kanji. Kanji turns, swivels, flick passes to Mahio. It's the rim, bounces in the hands of Nix with the rebound, unsuccessful. Saad now, he's looking for support, nobody there except Pappas. Pulls the defense over to the far left with a nice right hand up lay and turn. 78 plays 78.
And to assist you again, so to support you, again, Haris played great defense, returning and blocking the shot. And then after for Abdurrahman Saad, okay, the locomotive is there.
Musa is so dangerous every time he gets the ball. 80 plays 78, 5:47 left on the clock. This is the fourth and final quarter of the match between Rayan and Al Gharafah. Rayan lead by 2 points. Tyler to Session. I notice Session now has taken Tyler's position under the rim, and a great pass from Pappas. How impactful has he been? How many 3-pointers has he sunk in so far? Hani. And Hani has dropped the ball. A great defense by Pappas.
We need to ask him if it is a fashion style, this injury, because he's injured and we know this.
Well,
and
he
plays like
he's
this.
doing everything with his right hand.
Yes, he tries to avoid
his left hand.
tries to avoid the left hand.
He's nursing his left hand, which
It's
is
legendary basketball.
wrapped up in a bandage. The only time I see his left hand work is when he's calling for the ball. 80 plays 81. Gharafah lead by 1 point. 5:08 left on the clock in the final quarter of the men's basketball matchup between Rayan and Al Gharafah. Both coaches on the edge of their benches as Arif pushes his way through back to Amar with a no-look pass to Mehyo. Mehyo! Unbelievable shot under such intense pressure. 83 plays 81. Harris, Session, Saad, too long. In the hands of Mehyo. Ganji. Arif pushes his way through. An unfamiliar play by Arif. He normally passes. This time, for some reason, he's taking on the defense himself.
One thing Gharafah is not doing tonight is putting Rayan in a comfortable place. They allow them to do what is comfortable for them. Shooting spot-up shots like Hani or Mijo, they're not pressure them at all. It's just let them do what they want to do, and then they try to take the rebound or whatever.
Saad. Pappas, otherwise known by his former name, Muhammad Yusuf. Muhammad is the captain of the Gharafah team, currently nursing an injury, the left wrist. Session, however, he is on the court. Session from downtown.
Great.
Relives the moment, relives it. 83 plays 84. Gharafah have taken a 1-point lead. 3:44 left on the clock. Musa. Dodges. Swivels. Arif. Not there. Session finds himself on the ground. Saad picks up the ball. He goes himself. He's got Muslik on the flank. Don't need you just yet, he says. (84-83). Gharafah, 1-point lead.
I'm checking something about the rebounds of Session because it was 10 by the end of the first half. Mijo has 16.
Pappas finds Saad in the nearest corner. Session back to Pappas. Pappas lines it up, hits the rim, back out into the hands of Session, who was waiting underneath. And a nice reverse layup from the number 3. 86-83. This is the first breather that Gharafah have really had, even though it's only 3 points. Mehyo comes up short. Session. Saad takes a shot. Bounces off the glass into the hands of next to Omar to Mehyo. Mehyo, he's been slammed down by Tyler. Tyler's done something else good there. And a nice pass, a dummy pass to Session from Saad and Saad. They rejoice by a hug and high-fiving one another. The Gharafah team, 88-83. Is this the turning point for the Gharafah?
Looks like, because they have now the stamina to play more defense. The substitution, the entrance of Mohamed Yusuf changed everything. They gave them more. They look more fresh right now. Even they are tired, but you see how Tyler Harris now is defending. Okay, I gave him a hard time on offense, but on defense, he has done everything in this quarter for Rayan. Session is doing. This is the MVP of your game with Abdurrahman Saad.
So Mohammed Yusuf, since his injection into the team, Tyler's played a different role, more defensively than offensively. Mohammed Yusuf, though, is playing both offensive and defensive. He is taking a lead role in the offensive part.
Correct.
And that's been the difference so far in the third and fourth quarter.
And it's important for Gharafah because in this quarter they have 0 fouls. So now, because they need to protect this 5-point difference, they will attack Rayan. Let's see how Rayan will find a way to give the ball to Mijo or to Musa the way Musa wants it. So the last 5 minutes, they cannot give him the ball how he wants it. They give him the ball, he over dribbles, which he doesn't want to do. So let's see what Coach Rasad has planned in his second timeout.
So you think Session is the man of the match?
Yes, please. Session with Saad because the numbers say Session with 15 rebounds, 7 assists.
What's his statistics?
He has 26 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. Yes. He has been extremely crucial.
Tell me, what about Musa Halim?
Musa, his numbers so far are 32 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Very good percentage on everything.
'88 plays at 83.
90-83 with another layup.
93. So we'll get... Any particular particular question you want to ask Session?
Did he reply why he stopped for 5 years basketball? Yes, because he was working on a telephone company and he came back in Doha, in first in Canada, then in Doha, and he is building a career. A little late, but he's doing.
83 plays at 90. Gharafah.
Very good defense from Saad, but it's a foul, so it's not a shooting foul.
Not a professional foul?
It's a very professional foul.
Very professional.
It's an extreme professional foul. But you see how tired is Rayan. This is a problem. Yeah. They haven't subbed at all, which Gharafah did it, and at the end, still they have time. But they look very tired. And Haris is getting more stamina as the game goes, because the problem with Gharafah is they started very slow, so they need to take care of this.
Saad now. Session. Hits the rim. And it bounces to Tyler. Tries to help out with a rebound. A long pass out to Musa. Is pulled away by Session. Session now finds himself with the ball down the other end at Pappas. Pappas looking for 2. No, he's not. He's looking for Saad. Saad now slows it down. 38 seconds left on the clock. Nadir! Yay. Doesn't get better than that. 93-83, 10-point difference. They've taken They've taken a 10-point lead from being down to being in front, and most likely, definitely will win the match.
Yes, they will win the match. They play Gharafah basketball in the last 5 minutes. They need for them to find a way to play Gharafah basketball from the beginning, because this is the talent. Rayan did a very good job. But again, it was like with Wakra, with Al-Sad. It was like an accident waiting to happen that they would lose the game. But they're looking much better than in the first 8 games of the league. At least now they fight, they're present, they give everything they have. They follow a certain plan, either they're working or not. They have Mijo in great shape. Musa is doing good. Omer Al-Hanji is coming back. As you say, Rayan is a team that it's building itself. I do not know for this year because Mizo is out. But for sure, they can see something for them in the future.
A great match.
I leave my spot, eh?
A great match between Gharafah and Rayan. Gharafah victorious at 93-83. We're going to call in Mr. Session. Session, come over here. A great tussle. Yes, please. Session, congratulations, a great win, but it wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't. I feel like it never is for us. We're going to get teams' best games every time because we finish, in first place. So no game's going to be easy, especially with one of our better players and our leaders out.
You played Gharafah basketball only in the last 5 minutes. What took you so long?
It was hard to adjust when one of your captains and higher scorers are out of the game. And Papis is one of our leaders, man. And he made it a lot easier for us, as you can see when he got in. We haven't played at all without him. So playing without him is kind of like, we got to find a new rhythm. He's one of our key players and our big defensive stoppers. And if we don't have him, I mean, it's hard.
Coach Kasaya, he tried a couple of combinations that they didn't work. In the end, he was forced to re-inject the injured Pepes, and his impact was felt almost immediately.
Immediately. That's what he does. He can play defense, rebound, shoot the ball, get up and down the floor. And immediately, when I notice him on the court, I'm going to look for him every time, especially when I'm driving, because guys are going to sink and overhelp, and he's just right there for the kick.
Franklin, I thank you so much for your company. Congratulations one more time. A great
win. Thank you so much.
Nice to watch.